I have with me right now Marcia Garcia. We're going to do this interview now. Crazy times, but hey, what a beautiful day at the office. Can you think of any other better place to be, Marcia?
No, this is the only place I want to be.
Now, how long have you been racing?
Oh, close to 15 years.
15 years, and in all of the races that you've ever done, which one was your absolute favorite?
I'll have to say Havasu. Havasu was fun to me. Being by the beach and just the different terrain. I like that change.
Yep. And the diversity there, just like you're talking about, and it is a very challenging track, especially for an ATV.
Yes, it's very challenging. It's really whooped out, hard pack, and then you have the beach section, and it is just so much. It takes a lot out of you.
Now, you've been racing WORCS Series for a couple of years now.
Yes, I've been racing, I think since 07, 08. So, but it's always been off and on, whether it's kids, health reasons, but I've always come back.
But you were pretty much steady last year.
Yes, I was steady last year. Ended up second in the women's B class championship. So I was proud of that because I've had to slow down quite a bit, but still keep pushing.
Now, with some of our A women that have moved up to the pro level, it's opened up the door for some of the B riders to go into the A class. Are you going to be going there?
Not right now. Because of my condition that I have, trigeminal neuralgia, it does take a lot out of me and it's very painful. So I keep it to a level where it's manageable, and I think moving up would take a lot out of me.
Now that's fibromyalgia?
No, it's trigeminal neuralgia. It's I have damaged nerves in my face. So it's being right now medication takes care of it, but you can only take so much medication before it stops working, and I'm to the point where it's starting to not work as well as it used to.
Well, sorry to hear that, but you're still struggling through, and you're doing really good in the points this year, making that podium just about every round. And doing that and overcoming these challenges, it makes it even more sweet, I bet.
Yes, it does. It just gives me pride in trying to get the word out there on what this is, because it does affect women over 40. So if I can just let one woman know that this might not be a headache, this might be something serious, get it checked, then I got to them. But it also shows that women under pressure with a lot of pain, you just got to push through it. You just have to push through it.
Now, since you are a spokesman in regards to this illness, and where would be the best place that somebody could find information on this, and what's the symptoms initially?
So if you go to tnwarriorracing.com, it talks about trigeminal neuralgia and some of the symptoms. If you're going to the doctor and they're telling you it's a headache, it's migraines, and you just think that, no, that doesn't sound right, just look into it. It's just a scan.
I'm back with me right now, Marcia Garcia. Interview with Marcia. Now, Marcia, if somebody was to find out now, this symptom mainly happens with women, doesn't it?
It does. The majority of people who get this are females over the age of 40.
Okay, and of course the symptoms, the headache, and what else?
Weakness on one side or the other. Some people have it on both sides, but it's normally on one side. It feels like an extremely intense headache that you cannot get rid of with regular medication.
Wow. So, being a spokesman, have you found very many gals that have this?
I have. Since I've started TN Warrior Racing, I've had so many people reach out that know somebody that's had it or has the symptoms. Twitching in your eye, sharp pains behind your eye, and they had no idea. And they went to the doctor, and it does get misdiagnosed more times than not. So you just have to keep going back, and like I did, after 5 years, I found a pain specialist who said, I know what you have. And I was scared, but I realized now I can fight it.
You know, this is an opportunity right now. You know, we're sharing and talking about this, and it's very brave of you to talk about that and share. But if it takes one possibility of helping one person out, this is all worth it.
Oh, absolutely. I go out there and I talk to people about it, and they say, you know, you've helped me be stronger and, you know, reach out and, you know, to other people and, you know, ask for help. And that's all it is, because trying to hide your pain all the time, it's hard. You want to put on a brave face every single day, you know, be happy around your family, but it is taxing. It takes a lot out of you. I want people to know that, you know, if I'm not in a good mood or I don't call you back right away, it's not because I don't want to, it's because I'm in pain. And I try to mask it, but sometimes it's overwhelming. But hey, I'm a fighter, so I'm going to keep doing what I do and spread the word.
That's so wonderful. Thanks so much, Marcia. And hey, we all love you, and we love you being a big part of our WORCS Racing family.
Thank you.
And thank everybody else that helped you, okay?
Thank you. I want to thank my husband. He's always there, good, bad, and the ugly. Like I said, my parents, they're behind me. Weenan Motorsports. I have a host of others, which I can't remember, but Roll, Elka, all those guys, PEP Performance are always there to lend a helping hand, because, you know, with the condition that I have, you got to have a good setup. Because I get beat up out there, and sometimes I come back and I'm like, you know, I just got to lay down. But, you know, running my Elka and my Roll, I feel great when I get off.
Marcia Garcia, and this is the first part of our interviews on Friday's portion of our racing program. And you're the very first person we're doing this with.
Hey, thank you. I appreciate it.
Okay. With that, thanks, Marcia Garcia. And we're going to have Heidi Coleman coming over and sharing with us in a second.
Let's do an introduction to what we're doing here. Chase the checkered flag.
Okay. We are doing, this is called Chase the Checkered Flag, and we're doing this on Friday program. And it's the very first time. And here's our second interviewer right now, Heidi Coleman. Good afternoon, Heidi. How you been, hon?
I've been great, thank you.
Now, you're kind of newcomer to the sport here of racing. You just picked it up, what, about a year and a half ago?
Just a year ago, yeah, a year and a half-ish. Still learning everything.
Now, what in the heck made you think, well, I'm good. I've been riding ATVs for a while, because you were, but then you go, I'm going to start racing. What made you think that you're going to start racing?
You know, honestly, I call it my midlife 30s. My kids are at a great age, and I say, why not? It's a great time. Let's see what I could do. Let's see what a mama could do out there.
And how the heck are you doing so far?
I feel like I'm doing pretty decent. There's still a lot that I need to learn, but I feel like I'm grasping it, and I'm starting to enjoy it now. So that's a lot easier on me when I'm enjoying it and not so scared to be racing.
But you're in the midst of a really good group, too, and your friends that you've made, it's a big support structure, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. I don't think I would have made it this far without the support we do have here as far as racing. You gain another family, and that's just so awesome, and I appreciate that.
Now, you bring your family out with you to the races. What do they think about you racing?
My husband is my #1 fan along with my kids, and they support me and they love me, and I hope to see them out here one day, maybe about 10 more years. That's not anytime soon, but yeah, we'll see how it goes in the future. I'm just so appreciative of my family being here.
How you doing in points so far?
Points, I'm doing well. I placed first for Women's B. Now I'm going to go into the season, finishing the season for Women's A. So hope to hold that title and see where I could go.
Stepping up that next level, there's a lot of steps to climb still.
Absolutely. Just got to take one race at a time and see what I could do with it.
Now, you have kind of a paralleling business with our ATVs and our side-by-sides. And you want to tell us about it?
Yeah, so we have a business in Barstow. We do welding and fabrication, and I also do the powder coating side. So I have a lot of, racers that want to have their bikes redone. So I've been getting a lot of them knocked out, and they look fabulous when they're on the race course. So.
And it just makes everything more sound, and you can find cracks if it happens, and your husband's able to fix that on top of that.
Absolutely, yep.
So very cool. Heidi, this is so cool, and welcome. You're the second person after Marcia. Of course, we're going to talk to Dakota Hibbler here in just a little bit. Now, if for some of these young gals that are thinking, and they'd ride maybe the dunes or go trail riding or whatever, and for them that might be watching us on this internet stream right now, what would you tell them to encourage them to come race with us?
Honestly, don't be afraid. Just go out there, take the next step, prepare yourself, work out before a race. That definitely helps out, and just give it all you got. Don't back down just because majority of these races are men or guys. I say go out there. Let's show them what these women are made of. Go for it.
Tough as nails. There's one other thing that you kind of specialize in, and that's fluids.
Fluids?
Liquids. Drinking.
Oh, hydration. Yes, sorry. Hydration is number one. With me powder coating, especially during summer, it's a huge oven that I work with. So it's 100 degrees plus in there. If you're not properly hydrated, your body's not going to work well. So I definitely recommend to keep up on that water intake and the liquids you need to have your body function at 100%. Because without that, you're going to fail.
Now, all the liquids in our body, we are made up of what, 71% water?
Yes.
And if our water level gets dropped down, the communication between our head to all of our muscles and our nerves, it gets compromised.
Yeah, your body needs more than just water, so definitely keep up on the hydration as far as your liquids. Gatorades, electrolytes is number one. You want to kind of stay away from a lot of sugars because that's going to dehydrate you. So water, electrolytes, and keep up on your protein, and you're good to go.
Great stuff, Heidi. Always good talking with you. You want to thank everybody that helped you.
Yes, most of all, Jesus, my family, Elko, Roll, Precision, JSR Motorsports, GBC Tires, Tire Blocks. I mean, it goes on and on and on, but I definitely appreciate each and one of you guys, so thank you.
Thank you so much. Heidi Coleman, hey, best of luck this weekend. Have a great time. Be safe. Smoke them.
Thank you, Chris.
Heidi Coleman, our second interviewee for Chasing That Checkered Flag. Coming up next, we got Dakota Hibbler coming in. Now, she's first year in a women's A class since a lot of our fast women A have now moved up to the pro level. So it opened up the door. Dakota, how are you today, hon? Now, you've been racing quads for how long?
9 years.
It's 9 years already. Oh, my God. I remember when this young lady first started on a little peewee quad, and it's been a long road since then. But what is the biggest thing that you've learned in these 9 years of racing?
Consistent. If you have no consistency, it's not really it's just over.
Now, you had an opportunity of traveling around the country racing other organizations. Now, what other races have you done this past year?
Last year we did Quad Cross Northwest, and then we did WORCS. That's pretty much it.
And your goals?
My goal is to be the youngest female ATV pro racer in the country.
Well, you're definitely on the mark for doing that. Now, you've moved back to Arizona?
Yes, we have.
And your dad and your mom, they're always with you and always helping out. Of course, they're your biggest fans on top of that. But now some people aren't as lucky as you to have such a good, strong family structure.
No, they're not.
You feel blessed?
Yes, very blessed.
And are you still in school, or do you homeschool?
I do homeschool because of training programs and then just racing.
How old are you now, Dakota?
I'm 14 years old.
Wow. Well, she's our fastest A from our last round in Prem, so you're the points leader right now in the women's A class. And how's the course so far today?
I love the course. We love Glen Helen. I love jumping, love corners, love all the hills. So Glen Helen is probably one of my favorite races, especially in the moto sections.
Now you kind of become more of a works specialist than you were, and you started in the off-road doing kind of AMRA stuff and some AZOP stuff and doing the desert stuff, but now you like in the course a little bit more, aren't you?
Yes.
And you get a little bit more crowd excitement and people cheering you on. Now, are you in a homeschool group? Do you have other homeschool people, or are you all by your lonesome?
I'm all by myself doing online.
Now, that's with all this COVID stuff that's been happening the past couple of years, it's probably okay, but on the same token, you have to push yourself just like you do with your racing and your schooling, don't you?
Yeah, school, obviously, I love school in certain areas. So, I mean, school's always come naturally easy for me. So, pushing myself, just keeping the A's is that's all I do.
Straight A's?
Yes.
Very nice. Dakota, always great seeing you and talking to you. And I've been interviewing this gal for probably about 8 years now. And ever since you were wee itty bitty, a lot has changed. And now here you are. You're the points leader in the women's A. Keep that going and be safe. Thank everybody that helped you, okay?
I want to thank my mom, dad. I want to thank Off-Road Bedding, Sweet Life CBD, Off-Road Vixens, Flex Handlebars, Fast, X-Travel, Wrath, Alba, GBC, Tire Blocks, everybody else that's behind me.
Dakota, thank you. And hey, who's your woman's top favorite rider?
I like Tori. Tori's my favorite one here.
There you go. You ever get a chance to go riding with her?
Hopefully soon this year. We're trying to work something out to maybe do a best in the desert or just go out there and ride.
All right, Dakota Hibbler, good luck this weekend. Have fun. Nice talking with you.
Thank you. You too.
Okay, with that, I'm going to, oh, look at this. Come on over here, Bailey. We're coming up to our fourth interviewer here now, and all the ladies in our ATV racing program. But I got Bailey Barron with me right now. Good afternoon, Bailey. How you doing, hon?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Good. Now you've just you got some pretty big shoes to fill to follow your dad's footsteps, huh?
Yeah, really big shoes.
Now, when you were a little girl and your dad's going through all these championships, did you think that you were going to be racing also and coming to all the races with your dad? And now here you are. You're doing really good in your points too, aren't you?
Yeah, I definitely thought I'd be involved with it. I didn't know like how much I would like it because at first I wanted nothing to do with quads. I was just like, once they make a little razor class, I'll do that. And they did finally, so that's what I started racing and then switched to quads, and now I like it a lot more.
You like the quads more than the side-by-sides?
Yeah.
But now your dad, he doesn't play favorites between the two. He likes both of them equally now. But of course, I've been interviewing your dad for well over 15 years. And how old are you now?
I'm 15.
Yeah, so ever since you first started coming around. And your family, your mom and you and your mom, you support your dad all these years. But now for you to jump on board and be a racer as well, it's extra work for your dad too, isn't it?
Yeah, because he builds my bike and stuff, and I'm very thankful that he does because without him, I don't think I'd be racing at all.
Well, on top of that, if I'm in my memory banks thinking about this, it's not very often that your dad has mechanical problems.
No, he builds his stuff really well, and I think part of that is because he does it all by himself. So he'll go through and like double check everything. Because if he breaks, it's his fault. It's not anybody else's. So that's what he likes to do.
But of course, you clean air filters, right?
No.
No, you don't clean air filters. Oh my gosh. Anyway, well, this is very cool. Now how'd you do in Prim?
I got third, which isn't bad, but I did have an issue with sitting on the side of the track for 10 minutes, but yeah.
What happened?
Someone pulled out in front of me, and I was in too high of a gear. I pulled in my clutch, and it died. And I couldn't.
Things happen sometimes, especially with all the electrics on these things. But Bailey, congratulations on at least making podium, and have fun with this thing and be safe. And of course, we support you 100% in all this. And you know, it's so cool when we see Bailey running around when her dad's in the side-by-side, and you're always helping him out, and you're always right there at the finish line with him.
Yeah, it's super fun. I love doing that.
What about all the friends you've made?
I've made so many friends. I have more friends here than I do at school. Like, the environment is just more my type of people, I guess, because at school everybody's like, what's a quad? And yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Not even a clue. But then on the same token, of course, you get good grades too, right?
Yeah, I have to have good grades or I can't race, so.
Quite the dangling carrot, right?
Yep.
Anyway, Bailey, thank everybody that helped you.
Just my parents.
Okay, Bailey Barron, and she's right into the mix of the quad champions here. Now, what class you racing this year?
Women's B.
Women's B. It's just moving right up. Good luck.
Thank you.
And with that, this,
Step to your left.
this completes our Chasing the Checkered Flag by Chris Johnson. And I want to thank the 4 lovely ladies that come to talk with me: Marcia Garcia, Heidi Coleman, Dakota Hibbler, and Bailey Barron. So with that, we're...
Hold on. Give us an overview of where we are.
Okay. And,
Classified.
okay, we're in the middle of unclassified practices right now here at Glen Helen for round number 2 of the Rocky Mountain ATV MC Work Series. And my privilege to be at the end of the microphone and trying to share some color, bring some attention, and keep you all updated on what's happening. And, you know, I have a little bit of background. I did announce quite a few works races back 2011 to 2013, and I shared the duties with Tim Shellman. Tim Shellman, of course, is going on to being a big real estate mogul right now up there in Washington. And kind of miss him, got to know the TPQ, and had a good time with him. But one thing I want to mention right now, prior to me coming in board with the Work Series in 2011, Dave Brocious was the Works announcer for quite a few seasons, quite a few years. And Dave has now passed on. This past week we lost Dave. So my heart goes out